sitting in my armchair and I don't know what to do or what to say. I got this feeling I could maybe travel through the music.
As I said, Summer Game Fest 2026 has been one wild ride. There's been so many great games that we got to check out. A lot of these games we're not going to be able to share with you just yet, but today I'm able to share my experience with a little game called Mr. Records. And this is developed by a studio called Glee Cheese Studios. Now, Glee Cheese is an independent video game studio based in France, striving to develop innovative games with strong artistic identities. Their debut title, A Musical Story, launched in 2020, and their newest title, Headbangers Rhythm Royale, released in 2023. But today, we are here to talk about probably one of my favorite games of the showcase, Mr. Records. So if you don't know much about Mr. Records starts out with you playing as a character named George, an old dreamer with an extraordinary gift that lets him transcend through music. After a lifetime of standing still, he breaks free from his routine and opens the store he always dreamed and wished for. Mr. Records is an uplifting adventure where every vinyl transports you into a world of memories and emotions, and you will jump, slide, and move through psychedelic landscapes in time with music. It's probably one of the coolest, chillest, relaxing games that I have played in some time, and it is so fun. So George also has a dog named Buzz, and he manages this record store, and every day he'll be able to get, you can get new vinyls, you have interactions with your customers, and whenever you get those interactions and you suggest the proper music to them, by doing so, you get money to where you can purchase new records for you to transcend into. And as you can see in this gameplay, it is it's such a crazy game, but it is a rhythm-based game. And what's special about this game is it's not just the fact that it's a rhythm-based game. The music in this game is actually all done by the studio themselves. So it's really a cool concept of stuff. There's a total of, I know there's 49 levels that you can play through. The soundtrack is really wild, and it's rock, hip-hop, electro, 80s pop, all different types of stuff. They're all original records that have been composed by the development studio themselves. And it is such a unique experience. The gameplay was really smooth, and as you progress, it's really easy to get used to that rhythm-based gameplay. Now, I know there's other games out there that are rhythm-based, but this game is really special. It has this handcrafted worlds that you play in. They're all handcrafted, drawn, specifically designed around not just the songs and the tracks, but the beat goes perfectly with what is in the environment, and it's just really a cool experience, man. I loved the character design. I really loved the music, and there's a lot to do in this game. So you got rhythm-based gameplay. You can grow your vinyl records in your shop. You can explore all the different worlds in the games. Like I said, there's 49 different tracks in the game. You can unlock memories and stories, relax in your bedroom. There's a wide variety of different music genres in the game, as I said, and side missions and mini games, all different types of stuff. But then you have these customers that have their own kind of story to tell you as you play as Mr. George or Mr. Records or whatever you want to call him. As you play as this character, you get so involved in the little sub characters' lives and how they're picking out the music. And it's a really relaxing game. This is a game that my daughter was really excited for. And she loves handcrafted games. And this type of game itself is very unique because not just with the art style, but the world that it builds. I've always said that I'm really big into making sure that if I am going to talk really good about a game, it's got to have the whole package, not just with gameplay and graphical presentation, but it also has to have that with like either voice acting or mainly the music of the game. And the music, of course, as you can tell from the title, and with this being a rhythm-based game, is really what makes this game special. It kind of draws out the story as you're progressing with your character. And it's just a really unique experience, man. It has got to be one of my favorite games of the show. And I think it's definitely something that everybody needs to keep their eyes out for. The game is launching on PC and Steam at first. There isn't an actual set release date or a rating for the game as of yet. The one thing I did talk to the developers or the PR team about is how my kids were really excited to play this game. And the game was not really central, like it wasn't actually made for kids, but they were almost kind of surprised that everyone at the event kept saying that. They kept saying, oh, me and my kids are going to play this. Me and my kids are going to play this. So, Glee Cheese, I hope there's nothing in there too crazy, but still, even in that sense, it's just a really crazy thing. So like running your record shop, I wanted to talk about that real quick. You get to grow the vinyl records that fill your store, but there's also, as I said, there's these hidden story elements in the game and music riddles. You can learn each record, and it's like one of the coolest things that I thought was the simplistic aspect of recommending the record to the customers that you're talking to. So depending on what they are saying to you, you get the chance to pick out what record they need to take, like old school record stores would do. Like you'd go in there and say, man, this is kind of what I'm looking for. And they were like, hey, try this out, and that's what's really cool about the game, because sometimes you'll make a suggestion to some of these characters to say, hey, I think this is what you're looking for. And the consumers or the patrons will come back and say, bro, the record you gave me, like it was horrible. Or man, I played that for my girlfriend and she hated it. And, it actually gives you a completely different response than you expect. I started laughing really hard at that point in time. I suggested a record to somebody that said, they were trying to find some good music for their girlfriend or this girl that he likes. And they were like, I was like, hey, take this record. They came back and they were like, dude, she really hated that record and it kind of ruined the date. And I'm like, oh my God. But the dog as well. The dog is a really big part of this game. And I'm not going to really talk about much in that aspect. I did talk with some of them about kind of what Buzz has to do with the game and why he's such a kind of character. I mean, he's George's best friend. So that kind of tells it right there. But the overall perspective of this game is just really unique. There's a big following, of course, for cozy games and relaxing games. But there's something different about this game. It's cozy and relaxing at the same time as being really upbeat and kind of like it like you can't help it. But like even with my big self, I was sitting there on the couch playing the game and I was kind of like moving my shoulders and like tapping my foot on the ground. Like I was really getting into the music. And that's what's special about it is they didn't get anyone else. Like it's not like they signed some big time musical artist to come and hey, help us, create this. This was the development studio that made these songs. And it really kind of tells like that passion that they have for these music-based games and rhythm-based games, because they are special experiences. You usually always end up, everybody always wants to run and gun and action or whatever. Kind of like what I talked about in one of my last hands-on impressions, is such a beautiful, amazing action game. But this is something that really kind of brings you in, and it's something I think that is somewhat addictive as well. Like, I could see myself playing that game and realizing, damn, I've been playing this for 3-4 hours now. Or just playing that game just so I could listen to the overall music. Now, I didn't talk to them about the aspects of, like, once you unlock those vinyl records, do you have the ability of, like, just sitting there and being able to listen to the music? But I would think that you're going to. But I'm going to say this right now to Glee Cheese. Please bring these songs to actual vinyl. I promise you, I'll purchase them. I'll be the first one to purchase them, because some of the music in this game is just, it's crazy, it's funky, it's like, it's really wild, and it's, you know, it's such a mix. Like I said, it's like rock, hip hop, electro, 80s pop. It's a really, really cool mix of music that you don't really expect to kind of get you into a game, but it does. And as I said, the gameplay in the game is really fun. You come up on these, you know, as you transcend into this musical realm. Whenever you pull the vinyl record out and you put it on the record player, the actual package for the vinyl is the level itself. So whenever that opens up, you can kind of see the packages kind of like sideways on the screen or turned a little bit. And that's where the level actually plays out. And you'll face off against these different little enemies that you have to kick or punch or jump over. Or you'll come up with these moments to where you do this slide mechanics, like to where you're sliding up and down, and then kicking, jumping, sliding up and down. And it gets progressively, it gets harder as you go on. And I think it's something that is really going to pique the interest of a lot of people that are non-gamers, just because of the music. The music in this game is really, really special. So big shout outs to Glee Cheese for making this wild and crazy game. I can't wait until it comes out. I can't wait to share my review or share some more gameplay. I know you're seeing some B-roll that was provided by the studio, but the game is just really, really unique. Mr. Records is the name of this game, and every record tells a story, and that's really, really serious in that sense. So I want to read this last little bit to you. Alongside with his dog, Buzz, George manages a record store with every day providing a new vinyl record to unlock and sell, trying to deliver the perfect music to match the taste of his colorful customers and become part of their stories. When the shutters come down and the store closes at night, the records come alive. Every track transforming into a playable rhythmic trip throughout George's imagination. Some songs will make you smile and others will hit far deeper the moment the needle drops, reminding you that it's never too late to finally start living. And that's what's great about this game, is that it's really, though it has this simplistic type of feel to it, it is a really cool emotional journey. And like it says, you know, George finally was like, you know what? I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to open this record store and I'm going to live my life how I want to live my life. And I think that's something that a lot of people really need to focus on. This is the type of game that can take people away from a lot of that heartfelt anxiety that they have now with everything that's going on in the world. And I think that a lot of people that are non-gamers are really going to love this, and gamers in general are going to love this. It's going to be a really, really great game to just have fun with, man. So I'm very excited to get my hands on it. Big shout outs to the team for giving me the opportunity of checking this game out. We actually gave this game a Best of Summer Games Fest award. So please, please, please do yourself a favor. Wishlist this game now on Steam. When we get more details on when the game is coming out, you can check it out at Cinelinx.com. We'll definitely make sure to share that news, and hopefully we'll be able to share even more with you when the game releases by releasing our review of Mr. Records. So thank you guys so much. Please make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.